What's going on, legends? It's your boy Errl Shatter here, and in today's video we're playing some Call of Duty Warzone. Today we're going to talk about skill-based matchmaking in Warzone. This is a hot topic right now. People from streamers to YouTubers to just above average players in general are complaining that they feel like it is implemented into Warzone, and it's something that, I wanted to try to go out there and test. Now, there are 30 million players, probably well over 30 million at this point, playing the game, and it's just very unlikely that the top 1% of players is what it feels like most people are running into. I'm not saying that all lobbies are filled with only good players and things of that nature. However, it is kind of suspicious that there are so many, level 155s or just over level 130 in general in a lot of these people's lobbies. You would think there would be a lot more variety. Like I said, 30 million players. You would think there's a huge portion of them, obviously, are free to play. Most of these people don't own the game. They're not going to be over level 100 that quickly. They're not going to, a lot of them are casuals. They're not going to grind the game enough to be that high of a level for a long time. But you're not seeing a lot of those people. You're not seeing a lot of people below level 55. So I wanted to go out there, like I said, and give a test, or do a test, I should say, and see what I could get for results. Now, after doing my testing, I believe that there has to be some sort of skill-based matchmaking implemented. Basically, in order to test this, I decided to jump on my secondary account. Funny enough, the name of it on it is Skill-Based Matchmaking, or SBMM. And I used this actually to do a skill-based matchmaking video on multiplayer in the past. Now, how I tested this was, I got on this account. It is like a level 14 or 15 at the time I started, recording the gameplay for this video. And by the end, it was only like about level 16. I don't have any games so far in Warzone. I jump in, I decide I want to be as much like a normal player as possible. So I made sure to drop in, find loot, pick up some money, pick up a gun, and then I would go and look for an engagement. Now, once I got into the engagement or got into the gunfight with the said player, I did everything I could to miss almost all of my shots, but I wanted to make sure I fired off shots. I wanted to make sure I made an attempt at the gunfight in order to, see that the data was there for the game to basically decide that, maybe I'm a struggling player. Maybe I'm not able to hit my shots. I'm having a hard time winning the gunfights. I wanted it to think that I was overall just struggling across the boards. Now, I decided to do this for at least 10 matches because I also believe that because it's a battle royale, they do expect that occasionally people are going to drop in no matter their skill level and get taken out right off the rip. So I wanted to make sure this was consistent over a series of matches, and 10 seemed like a decent number. So that way it would build up enough data to hopefully get me in better lobbies as this, obviously as I did poorly. So for the first couple of matches, I actually noticed that I was getting into lobbies with what seemed like pretty normal players for a typical lobby that I would expect to see. And then probably about the third or fourth match, this started to change quite a bit. Started to see a lot more people below level 50. Started to see a lot more variety. People's skill levels started to decrease quite a bit from what I could understand. At some point, I finally started seeing players that I would have never seen in any of my personal lobbies, and I probably wouldn't see in most of the, above average players that maybe you watch on Twitch or even just YouTube in general. The lobbies that they would get, I would never see people like this in their lobbies. I've yet to see something like this, and it's kind of what I would expect to see as far as variety is concerned if there was no skill-based matchmaking at all in Warzone. Like we said earlier in the video, there are 30 million players playing this currently, and it's just super unlikely that you're always running into players that have already hit max level or even close, or just have the, a sweaty type of playstyle in general. You would think that, obviously, like I said, I would have to guess over 90% of the players are probably pretty casual, not super good at the game, and don't ever expect to be, and we're not seeing enough of those players in regular matches for it to seem like there's anything different. So, like I said, I was testing this. I got a entire total of 10 matches through. And like I said, as I was going through the matches, they definitely got easier. You're going to see in the gameplay behind me, me doing a lot of silly stuff. I'm able to run around some of these players. Some of these players can't even hit their shots. And I'm intentionally trying to play like trash. And some of these people are still doing worse than that. That's absolutely insane to me. This is something that I think shouldn't be in Call of Duty Warzone whatsoever. There's a huge player base. You don't need to put skill-based matchmaking in it because once, the good players get sick and tired of it, they get burned out on the game. They're going to stop playing. And then obviously the game loses its hype because a lot of those big names, streamers, YouTubers no longer have any interest in playing the game. Of course, there will always be casuals that play, but I feel like it overall loses the hype, and Call of Duty has some pretty big hype right now around Warzone. It is very well put together battle royale. I've been having a lot of fun with it, but to see that skill-based matchmaking might be affecting gameplay whatsoever for anyone else, it's just kind of disappointing. Obviously, the game is, kind of designed to cater to casual players. However, this is just a little bit too much. People could still enjoy the match. We don't have to implement stuff like this in order for this to make the game enjoyable for everybody. It kind of, like I said, I feel like it ruins the game, and the fact that I can even show you guys just how the progression changes as I do poorly throughout the matches is just kind of surprising. I run into a player that I am able to assassinate in the gulag, and yes, this person is actually playing, alongside the fact that I'm even able to run around some of these players. I'm shooting at their feet or around them all over on purpose, and they're not able to hit me at all. It's insane. You can tell that the skill level of the players drastically decreases over the course of a few matches. Not to say that, in those matches, they're all going to be absolutely bad players. I just think the chances of a decent or above average player getting into one of those lobbies is very, very low. And overall, I just think that the lobbies should have more variety. You should have high skill players, low skill players, mediocre players, whatever. It should be a mixture of it. Sometimes you're going to have a bunch of, below average players in your lobby. Sometimes you're going to run into sweats. It just shouldn't be consistently people having to run into sweaty players. And I know myself personally, along with a lot of these other people that have this complaint, they're not afraid of getting into gunfights with good players. They have nothing against getting into gunfights with good players. They just don't want it to be every gunfight. There has to be some variety. Doing well in the game or having fun doesn't always involve having to play like there's $100 million on the line. So you guys are going to want to stay tuned. Check out the gameplay behind me here. Just see for yourself how this changes over time. I think I've said enough for today's video. Skill-based matchmaking has to be in Call of Duty Warzone. Let me know down in the comment section below if you truly believe it as well. Now, if you guys do enjoy today's video at any time, make sure you guys show your support for the channel by going down below and smashing that like button to make today's goal easy. Let's only throw a goal of 20 likes on today's video. I think we can do that. Also, if you guys are interested in finding your way back to the channel for more Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, or Warzone content in general, make sure you guys do hit that subscribe button alongside that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Appreciate you guys for all the support in today's video, all the support of the channel, and enjoy these gameplays because this shit is amazing.
Time to earn your freedom, soldier. Got roughed up in there. Done here. Time to earn your freedom, soldier. Roughed up in there. We're bringing... Supply box ready to pick up. Enemy UAV overhead. Done here. You're up, soldier. Now go sort this fucker out. Got roughed up in there. Personal radar in the air.